Hi everybody. I hope you can hear me okay. Let me know in the chat. Welcome back to another live English class with Britcent and me, Stephanie. I can see a couple of people in the chat already. We have Stacy, hello, welcome back. And one of our regulars, Sun Young. How are you two getting on today? I hope you've had a good start to the week and everything's okay wherever you are in the world. Hello to Chan as well and Beatrice, two more of our regular viewers, and Sowu as well. Welcome back. Hello everybody. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I can see you all chatting to me over there. This time it's all clear. So yeah, I hope you can hear me fine as well. Hello to, who else is here? Over the Moon, welcome back. And hello to Gabby, welcome. And Sky, hi. Hello to Sue. Beatrice says that she can hear me okay. That's great. Okay, we've got confirmation from one of you, so that's fantastic. I'm happy to hear that. So, yeah, I'm just going to start off with a little bit of small talk as usual, telling you a little bit about life in the UK at the moment. I'm trying to think of some recent news. I suppose there are two main things that are happening at the moment or have happened in the UK. One of them is that the Prince Philip, who was the Queen's husband, they were married for 73 years, I believe. He sadly passed away a few days ago. He was 99 years old though, so he made it very far and had a long life. Unfortunately, he was supposed to turn 100 in June, so not too far off from his 100th birthday. But yeah, that's something that's been in the news recently, and his funeral is coming up quite soon, I believe. Hello Hashem, welcome from Egypt. Hello, we've got someone from Egypt, amazing. Hello. So yeah, that was kind of sad news, I guess, especially if you are a fan of the royal family in the UK. Not everybody is, but there are a lot of people who do support the royal family. So of course it was sad news to hear that he died. He had an amazing life. If you ever do any research on his life history, you'll find out he had an amazing life, like so many interesting things that happened to him. Hi Donghan, welcome back. Sun Young says, wow, 100th birthday. Yes, exactly. It would have been his 100th birthday in June. Yeah. The other piece of news, which is brighter, is that here in the UK, we're slowly coming out of lockdown, which is really good. Fingers crossed that everything goes okay. But maybe some of you already know this, but the UK's been in lockdown for months now. So all of the restaurants, all of the cafes, all of the shops have been closed, apart from like delivery services or essential shops like supermarkets. But starting yesterday, so Monday, the non-essential shops have now opened, including hairdressers, beauticians, clothes shops, all of those. And restaurants are also opening. We can only eat outdoors for the moment, and there are restrictions on numbers, but it's positive news. We're moving forward, so hopefully this continues. Yeah. So you should have seen the queue of men outside the barber near my house trying to get their haircut, as well as women wanting to get their haircut. I've been trying to get an appointment, but it's almost impossible to find something for this week or next week. So I might have to wait a bit longer. Sewu says, I've heard the sad news about Prince Philip. There you go. Yeah, that was quite sad, I must say. Beatrice has commented, do you know when you will get the vaccine? Oh, good question. No, I haven't received any news about myself yet, but I'm kind of expecting it to probably be maybe in May, my first one. I think they're still doing people who are in their 50s at the moment. So they're kind of going down and down in age. And people of my age, probably, I imagine, around maybe end of May. I'm not sure. We just have to wait for our doctor, our kind of general GP, we call them, general practitioner, to contact us to go for an appointment. So I'm waiting patiently. Yeah. Sun Young has written, has the people's disapproval been reduced? Do you mean in terms of COVID, like feeling upset because of COVID restrictions? If that's the case, then yes, people were excited for yesterday to come. Very excited. And yeah, looking forward to some positivity and normality, I guess. Yeah. Oh, you mean about the vaccine? Yeah, so the vaccine, I think they're doing quite well with the rollout of the vaccine. There have been some cases in the news about people getting side effects, but nothing too terrible. Over the Moon is asking which one I'm supposed to get. Well, we do have a few. I think there's 3 or 4 that are on the market at the moment. The Pfizer, AstraZeneca one, Moderna, I'm not sure exactly, the Oxford one as well. But you can't choose which one you get, so that you would get one of those 3 or one of those 4, anyone. So yeah, that's it. Hello to Ainsley, welcome back as well. Beatrice says, in Brazil, they're vaccinating people who are 67 or older. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, in England, they started with 90-year-olds and then went down by 10 years, so 90, 80, 70, etc. So, okay, you're not too far behind us then. That's great, yeah. Baby Boss says, do you use jab when you talk about injections? Yes, we do. We say a jab as a noun, not as a verb. But yes, you can say, I'm waiting for my jab. Or I had my jab the other day. For example, my flu jab, maybe. Yeah. So yeah, that's all the news from the UK right now. Sun Young says, I hope everyone gets vaccinated as soon as possible and things get better. Me too, Sun Young, definitely. Hopefully we can start traveling again, getting back to normal. That would be amazing. Yeah. So, moving to our topic of the day. Today I wanted to tell you guys about some common mistakes that people make with English grammar. Grammar and punctuation mainly. When I say punctuation, I mean like full stops, commas, things like that. These are mistakes that even British people sometimes make. So even when you see, for example, a sign for a shop maybe, or maybe an advert in the newspaper or wherever, sometimes you might notice, well, I notice because I'm a little bit crazy about these sorts of things because I'm a teacher, but you might notice that sometimes they make these mistakes. So I thought it might be quite useful, obviously, for learners of English, to see the kinds of mistakes that you should try to avoid, and also for you to know that even British people do make these mistakes sometimes. So yeah, it could be interesting for you, hopefully. So we've got 6 of them coming up, and I've prepared a little slideshow as usual. Stacey says, my mother is going to get the vaccine on April the 20th. She works for a social welfare centre. Ah, brilliant. That's really good news. Nice. Yeah, we've also had healthcare workers getting their vaccines before other people as well. It's very important. Yeah, doctors, nurses, healthcare workers. Yeah. Sun Yang says, just as Koreans get confused about grammar all the time, the British are the same. Yes, exactly. That's it. I don't think it's something so unusual, but it might be interesting, hopefully. So here we are. I'm just showing you my screen. We're going to have a look at 6 mistakes even British people make. So I want you to comment on this, guys, as usual. Let me know in the comments if you make these mistakes, if you've ever seen these mistakes. If you have any questions, of course, let me know. And as always, I will try my best to answer all of your questions. So Wu says, I can't believe that British people make the mistake of grammar. Oh, yeah, they do. Of course. Well, it depends on kind of how much somebody studied, maybe, at school, how much they use the language, etc., how aware they are. But yes, people do make mistakes. So let's get started. The first one, I'm going to show you a meme. I'm sure you guys know what a meme is. We talked about it when we talked about British humour. And I'm going to show you something which I think is funny. Here we go. Have a look at this meme. Read what it says. And answer this question, please. What do you guys think about this? This is a viral meme because I've seen it everywhere on Facebook, on Instagram. Yeah, it's kind of like a funny grammar meme, I guess. Sun Young is confused about the word shit. I'm sure you know that word. But actually, it's a good point. If you're not familiar with this, it might be a bit confusing. Baby Boss says, lol. Have you got it then? So, it's giving a definition of grammar. Don't worry if you haven't understood it, but you will understand it after I've explained, hopefully. Beatrice says, I don't understand the first sentence. Okay, you guys are confused. All right, we'll come back to it. Keep that in mind. And the main thing here that this meme is trying to say is knowing the difference between, for example, using this word, your. As you can see, it's written without the apostrophe. This is what we call a possessive adjective, which means that we use it to show that something belongs to someone. Okay. For example, your house, your name, your job. So it's the house belonging to you, the name belonging to you, the job belonging to you. So we always use your plus a noun, okay? And in this case, these are the nouns, house, name, and job. So let me give you some examples. I love your new jumper. Where did you get it from? So as you can see, your plus noun. In this case, the noun is jumper. And another example, can I have your number? I'll give you a call this weekend. So your plus, again, another noun, which is number. Okay. So in the meme that I showed you just now, it said the difference between knowing your shit. So in this case, shit is a noun. If you say that somebody knows their shit, it means they know what they're talking about. They know things, basically. They know things. They know what they have a lot of knowledge. They know their shit. Okay. So you would use your in this case. Yeah, this one, because it's the possessive. Yeah, it's the knowledge belonging to you. Over the Moon said it's confusing from the same pronouncing. Yes, it's confusing because of the same pronunciation. That's right. They're both pronounced in the same way. With or without the apostrophe, we say your. But when we write it down, we have to be careful, right? Chan says, anyway, we're making shit or we are shit, I think. Yes, you're on the right track then. Hello, Kirk. Welcome back. Kirk is telling us some information about this meme. Ah, okay. Oh, no, it's about the word meme. Okay. Oh, that's very interesting. I like it. Memetics. Nice. Nope, I bet no one would know where that comes from. Love it. Okay, so this is the first yaw, and then we're going to move to the other yaw. Same pronunciation, but as you can see here, this is a contraction of you are. So again, it's pronounced yaw, but it is you apostrophe re, meaning you are. So with this one, we always use either an adjective or we use an ing verb, like when we're talking in the continuous form, like you are doing something, like you're learning, for example, learning English. Some examples. Here we go. Call me when you're free. Free is an adjective. Do you listen to music when you're studying? In this case, you are studying. So this is the verb form, ing form. So if in the meme, it says knowing your shit, your apostrophe re, what are we saying here? Yeah, Sun Young says, I got it. So let's see. Do you get it now? Let's have a look at the meme again. So grammar means the difference between knowing your shit and knowing your shit. Same pronunciation, but completely different meaning in each case because of that tiny apostrophe that we're using there. Let me know if you get the joke and if you think it's funny. I think it's pretty funny. Lily says, got it. Okay. Sun Young says, yes. Beatrice, I got it. Okay, there you go. So yeah, now that you've seen this meme, you will probably see it over and over again everywhere. You'll start to notice it because it's something, I think it comes up on my Facebook feed like all the time. Yeah, it's pretty funny. So yeah, it's quite important to know the difference between these two. All right, so that was number one. Good job, guys, you got it. We're moving on to our second mistake. Chris says, none of the both sound pleasant. Yes, that's true. However, don't say none of both, just say none of them. Or actually, you could say neither of them because there's only two. Neither of them sound pleasant. Yeah. Sky says, your stool and you are terrible. Not exactly. It means knowing your shit, as in knowing your information, like your stuff, like so you have a lot of knowledge, or knowing you are shit, that you are shit. Yeah, pretty funny. Okay, second one. What is wrong with this sentence? Have a look at this sentence, guys. Can you figure out what the mistake is? If you spot the mistake, let me know in the chat. So let's see if anyone spots what's wrong with this. Beatrice has commented, would have helped. Okay, so you think that's wrong. What's wrong with it? Can you tell me what it should be? Chan saying, of? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Julie says, would have. Lavender says, of. Okay, you're on the right track, guys. Very good. Yeah, Chris says, would have helped. Ainsley also says would have. Well done, guys. So let's have a look. Yeah, the answer is would have, not would of. Well done. So I've made a little thingy here. So this is the correct answer. Well done, well done. Now, you might be surprised, but a lot of British people do make this mistake. And there is some logic to the mistake. There is a reason why people make the mistake of saying would of. And it's probably because of the contraction. Because normally, when you're speaking, you would contract the word would and the word have. And instead of would have, you would say would have, would have. So basically it's would apostrophe VE. And because of that, because we say would have, or could have, or should have, sometimes people forget that that contracted word is have and not of, because it sounds like of, you see? So it's quite a common mistake to say would have and spell it with an of. Yeah. Chris has picked up on this and said, but it sounds like would of. Exactly. Yeah, that's right. People often make the same mistake with other modal verbs like could. So don't say could of, it's could have, okay? But it's because of the pronunciation when we speak quickly that people make this mistake. The same with should. Don't say should of, say should have, yeah? However, when you're speaking, you can say could have, but don't forget that that of is not of, it's have, okay? Grammatically, it's have. So could have, would have, should have. If you're not sure about this pronunciation or you're not sure about the meanings of these, I do have a video on Britcent's YouTube channel, which I made a while ago, and it teaches you about how to use would have, could have, should have, and the pronunciation as well. So check it out if you're not sure. But before we go on to the third one, I'd like you to write some examples in the chat. So could any of you give me example sentences? They don't have to be very long, but think of an example using would have, should have, or could have. Write them in the chat and I'll check them for you. Okay. Okay, so we've got a couple of comments. Sun Yang says, oh, because of pronunciation, would have. Exactly, yeah, because of the pronunciation, people get confused. Sun Yang says, I watched your video about pronunciation. And then she corrected herself. Your video, exactly, without the apostrophe. Well done. Chris has a question. Do you also use contraction of would not have? Yes, we do, actually. We normally say wouldn't have. So we contract would and not, wouldn't, and then we say of, wouldn't have, like that, yeah. Although I don't think it's that, we don't write it usually, we just say it. So you can contract wouldn't and then write have, but when you say it, you contract everything, wouldn't have, like that. Nemo, hello. Your second time here, and you said, I see a lot of Americans get this wrong. Do they? Oh, yeah, it could be, yeah. Silva has written an example. I should have been studied grammar a lot. Oh, nearly there, nearly there. You just need to get rid of the word been or been. So you can say, I should have studied grammar a lot. That's it. Well done, well done. Sky says, if you have given me the gold, I could have become a millionaire. A billionaire. Oh, yes, definitely you could have. Well done on the second part of your sentence, but be careful in the first part. You need the past tense. Well, past perfect. So you should say, if you had given me, not have, had. Over the Moon says, in hindsight, I would have done that. Very good, that's perfect. Julie says, I should have done the dishes earlier. I'm being lazy. Very good. Yeah, well done, guys. That's perfect. Nice examples. Okay, we're going to move on to our third one. So we're in the middle of our list now. Here we have another kind of, well, not a meme, in this case, a picture. What's wrong with this? Any ideas what is wrong with this circled bit here? Let me know in the chat if you notice what the problem is. Chan says, if I knew you had made a video about grammar, I would have watched it. I like that one. Very clever. Yeah. Very good. All right. All right. We've got some answers coming in for number 3. So Julie has commented on the word there and spelt it with E-R-E instead of E-I-R. Well done, well done. Sun Young has commented on wasn't. It should be wasn't apostrophe T. Yes, 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 yes. Very good, guys. Very good. You've got it right. Well done. Perfect, guys. That's brilliant. Again, this is a very common error. Similar to number one, the differences between using there, and there. They sound exactly the same, but they're spelt differently, and of course they have different functions. So we're going to look at them together now. So here we go. So let's start with this one, which was in the picture that I just showed you. So this, similar to the word your, Y-O-U-R, this is a possessive adjective. So it's something that belongs to you. In this case, belonging to them. So we normally would follow that with a noun. So for example, their house, their car, their friends. So it's the house belonging to them, the car belonging to them, the friends belonging to them. Okay. An example, their parties are always fun. Which is their house? Okay. So as you can see, they're both followed by nouns over here. All right. That's why it doesn't make sense in the picture that I showed you, because it said there wasn't. So it's a verb. You should use a noun after this word. So let's have a look at the another form. In this case, there, same pronunciation exactly, but this is they are. So contraction of they are, similar to what we said earlier. You are, they are, but pronunciation is there. This is followed by, again, an adjective, or you can use a verb in the ing form. For example, I love these trousers. They're really comfy. Okay, they're meaning they are really comfy. If you don't know the word comfy, it's a short way of saying comfortable. Another example, they're arriving any minute now, so let's set the table. So maybe your friends are coming round for dinner, or family. You're waiting for them and you say they're arriving. So they are arriving. So in this case, we're using a verb, any minute. So let's set the table. Let's prepare the table for lunch or dinner. So hopefully that makes sense so far. I'm just going to check the chat. Sun Young says, you're, there, my, our, it's. Exactly, yeah. So these are possessive adjectives. Well done. And then Sky has commented with the final there, which I'm going to cover now, which is this one there. Again, they all sound the same. So in terms of writing, you have to be careful. Now, the meaning of there in this case is in that place. So we can use it to talk about where something is, or it could mean that something exists. So existing. So if you say, for example, we went to Paris and stayed there for 11 days. There means we stayed in that place, Paris. Another example, there's a restaurant around the corner. This means this restaurant exists, so it is there. Okay, there is a restaurant. So when we talk about existing, we tend to use there is, there are. Okay, there is for singular, there are for plural. Yeah, but a lot of people get confused about these three forms because they sound exactly the same. So when you're speaking, you don't need to make any difference. But when you're writing, you need to be careful. So think twice when you're writing. Is it a possessive? Is it there plus noun? Or is it a verb, like they are doing something? Is it there, like over there? Which one is it? So just be careful which spelling you get. Nemo has commented and said, a lot of dating app profiles list this as one of their pet peeves. Really? Oh, yeah, it's one of mine. That's for sure. That's interesting, though. I like that. So I thought it might be fun to show you two complicated sentences using all of the theirs that we've covered just now. Have a look at them. Obviously, as I said just now, pronunciation is exactly the same. But try to analyze the sentences to figure out how they are used. Okay. So I'm going to read them for you. Obviously, as I said before, the pronunciation is the same. So you would say, number one, the boat over there is their boat, and they're going to take me fishing next week. So analysing this one, the first there, over there, meaning in that place, is their boat. So there is the possessive here because you've got boat after it, the noun. It belongs to them. And they're going to take me, so they are going to, so verb form in this case. Another example, since their plane was 2 hours late, they're glad to finally get there. So here we have again their plus noun, their plane. They're glad, they are glad, they're happy, and finally get there, get to that place. All right. So let me know if you have any questions about this, guys. And if not, we will move on to number 4 in our list. Chan says, interesting, lol. I thought it might be funny to include this. Kind of like a tongue twister in a way. Sky says, I was there and I found out there were their trees on the hill. Yeah, not bad actually. That's a good one. Nice, nice. All right, so if there's no questions, we're going to move on to number 4, because I would love to fit in a mini quiz today. And I've got a couple of questions for you later. So let's go on to the next mistake. Okay, so in this case, I've got a sentence for you that I've written. I want you to see what the mistake is. So can you spot the mistake in this sentence now? Let me know in the chat if you have any ideas. We've got a comment from Julie. Very good, Julie. Yeah, good, good. Oh, well done, guys. Chan, Beatrice, you spotted it. Very good. The mistake is this. Very good, yeah. Now, this is a very, very common mistake. And again, there is some logic behind this because of the pronunciation. Good, guys, good, guys. So it's this lose. So she really doesn't like to lose when we play board games. In this case, to lose would mean she doesn't like to not win, right? But a lot of people, when they're writing, they will add a double O and they'll make it into a completely different word, which is this word, loose. In fact, the pronunciation is quite different. Let's have a look at both of them. Sky says this is always a confusing one. There you go. So let's start with lose, the verb. So as you can see, I've written the phonetics here. So this is the pronunciation. It's a long oo, lose. Even though it's only got one O, we pronounce it oo. So it sounds long, but it's actually written in a short way, which is why people make this mistake. So it can have different meanings. The main 2 meanings are when you're unable to find something. Or the other one is when you don't win, like in the example with Emily. So 2 examples here. Make sure you don't lose that key. It's the only one we've got. So in this case, meaning don't kind of not be able to find that key. Okay, we need that key. Don't lose it. And the other example, if they lose this match, they'll be out of the season. So if they don't win this match, they won't be able to play the rest of the season. In this case, the verb lose, so oo sound. However, we have this other word, which is not a verb actually, it's an adjective. And the pronunciation is a bit different. It's loose. So it's oo, but it's not z at the end, it's s. It's an S sound, loose. So loose as an adjective. This could mean that something is not fixed or not tied properly. So maybe your shoelaces are loose, yeah, if they are not tied tightly. Or you could use it to talk about, for example, clothing which is not fitting close to your body. So it's loose, it's baggy, kind of. Over the Moon has given us an example of this. The ropes are too loose. Exactly. So it means that the ropes are not tied properly. Very good. Nemo says, this was always confusing to me. Yes, I think a lot of people get this wrong. So an example with loose, the adjective. My young daughter's tooth is loose. Okay, so you know when children lose their teeth, when they get adult teeth, you can say that the tooth is loose. So it means that it's wiggling around, it's moving around, it's loose, it's not tight in the mouth. Another example, on long flights, wear loose clothing and comfortable shoes. There we go. So adjectives to describe the tooth and the clothing. Sun Young says, my t-shirt is loose. Exactly, yes, it's loose, it's not tight-fitting. Well done. So Wu says, I understand perfectly. Thanks a lot. Oh, very good, very good. So a funny little joke for you here. You know I love my memes. Showing you the difference between the two. Just watch out next time you're writing. Do you need double O or do you need one O? Okay. If you are using it as a verb, only one O. If you're using it as an adjective, meaning not tight, then double O. Beatrice says, ha ha ha. Exactly, that's what I thought when I saw this. Yeah, so I guess if you're losing weight, your clothes will be loose, right? For example, that's a good way to use both words in one sentence. Okay. Sky says, you lose your weight, your pants get loose. Exactly, exactly. Be careful, Sky. Don't say lose your weight, just say lose weight. Okay, we don't use the possessive with that. Just so you know, guys, this is obviously an American one because we don't say pants in England. Pants, we would say trousers. So yeah, just a little extra there. Right, let's move along. We're going to go to number 5. We've got 2 more to go and then mini quiz. So, number 5, let's go. Have a look at these 2 sentences. What is wrong here? Can you let me know what you think is wrong here? Can you spot the grammar mistakes? Let me know in the chat if you figured it out. Julie's already commented and said, is faster for the first one. Very nice, Julie. Well done. No, Beatrice, that's okay. Speaking in English is fine. Yeah. Chris says, get rid of more. Exactly. And Sun Young as well. Very good, guys. So basically, the problem is you shouldn't say it's more faster than. Very good. It should be it's faster than. Very good, guys. And in the second one, since I started taking lessons with Britcent, I found speaking in English easier. No more. Well done. Well done. Okay, this is, again, as you can see here, I've deleted the more. That's much better. Sun Young says, I do this mistake many times. I think lots of my students make this mistake, but you will be surprised. Some British people also make this mistake. Yeah. Comparative forms are so confusing sometimes, Julie says. Yes, they can be. I'm going to give you a very brief bit of information about this in case you're wondering. So it's all to do with the syllables. So you know when you have a word, you can separate the word into syllables, into parts. So if you have an adjective which has 2 syllables or more than 2, so that's why I put the plus there, 2 syllables plus, you use the word more if you're making a comparison. Let me give you an example. For example, more modern. So modern is modern. So it's 2 syllables, modern. So if we want to compare, we would say more modern than. Not moderner. We don't say that. That's a vaccination. And the other one is interesting, more interesting than. So interesting. So it's got 3 syllables, this word. So for both of these words, we would say more if you're comparing. So you could say, I don't know, that book is more interesting than this book. Or my flat is more modern than your flat, for example. Chan has written an example, more beautiful. Yeah, exactly. So beautiful has 3. Julie says more vivid or vivider, which is more common. I would say more vivid. So vivid, 2 syllables. So you can say more vivid. Yeah. All right. Well done. However, when you have an adjective with 1 syllable, so a short adjectives, or, now this is the tricky one, when you have an adjective ending in Y, like easy, or, I don't know, quickly, for example, then you can add ER. So when I talk about 1 syllable adjectives, for example, bigger, so the word big is only 1 syllable, big. So if you want to compare, you would say bigger than. The same for cold, colder than. And then these two, like in our example sentences, funnier than. You can say more funny, but you can also say funnier. Okay, it's possible. You can also say more easy if you want, but a lot of people also say easier than. The important thing is not to mix them up and say more funnier than or more easier than. Don't confuse them. You have to choose. Which one do you want to use? Okay. That's it. You're welcome, Julie. No problem. Any other questions about this, guys? But yeah, just be careful of this next time you're comparing things. Okay. Sky says, oh, more funny, funnier. Yeah, so you can say more funny, but you can also say funnier. Just don't say more funnier. Okay. Stacy says pretty, prettier. Yeah, exactly. Comparing, you can say prettier. Yeah. Busier, more busy. Yeah, you can say both. Just don't say more busier. That's the mistake that people make. All right, guys, well done. We're on to the final one, number 6. Here we go. In this case, we're looking at two. Now, two, again, same pronunciation exactly, but the spelling is different. Lots of people mix up when you need to put a double O or when you need to put only one O. So in this sentence that I've written, which one do you think it is? T-double-O or T-O? Let me know in the chat. Sanyang has started off with T-double-O and Chan agrees. Okay, yeah, well done, guys. Jennifer as well, Lily, very good. Yeah, perfect. Well done, guys. So it is 2, T-double-O. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, but you'll be surprised. A lot of people mix this up when they're writing. So, 2 versus 2. Let's have a look at when we use them. So, T-O, so when you have only one O, this is actually a preposition, and we normally use it before a noun or before a verb. Okay. For example, I have 3 examples. My friend drove me to my doctor's appointment. So we use TO because we use it for 3 reasons when we're talking about destination, recipient, or action. So in this case, destination, because you're going to somewhere. In this case, the doctor's appointment. We also use to when you have a recipient, meaning somebody who is receiving something. For example, I sent the files to my boss. So in this case, my boss received the files. So he is the recipient. So I sent it to my boss. Or it could be an action. So you have, I'm going to get a cup of tea. In this case, to plus verb. Okay. So you can use it in any of these situations. Some of you are asking questions. Let's have a look. Chris says, do they have the same length of vowel sound? Yes, they do. Yeah. So even though it's got double O, it sounds the same as the one with O, like this. So it sounds like two. So it's oo. Yeah. Both of them are quite long. Oo. Jennifer says, to is negative expression. Yeah, so normally we use to when we want to say that something is negative, like too much, like more than we want. I'll show you that now. So T-double-O, this is actually an adverb, and we normally use it before an adjective or adverb. So like in the example, too salty, so salty is an adjective. Or you could use it at the end of a clause, but the meaning is different. So at the end of a clause or at the end of a sentence. Let me show you. So if you want to use to plus adjective or adverb, this means excessive. So this is the negative meaning that you were telling me about in the chat. For example, he is too young to go out on his own. Okay, so too young. So young is an adjective. It means, you know, like he's excessively young, too young to do that. Another example with an adverb this time, she's speaking too quietly. I can't hear her. So I'm not happy with this. So in both cases, it's a negative meaning. Yeah, too young, too quickly, too salty. Yeah. However, in this case, you can also use to with a double O when it means also or as well. For example, can I come too? So imagine if you're, I don't know, going out with somebody and your friend says, oh, can I come too? Meaning, can I come as well? Another example, when we finish painting the living room, we're going to paint the kitchen too. So it means we're also going to paint the kitchen. Okay, so the meaning of T-double-O, to, has two meanings. It could be like this at the end of a sentence, meaning also, or it could mean too much, as in excessively, plus adjective. Okay. Pronunciation with T-O is exactly the same, but yeah, be careful when you're writing. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions, and we're going to go on to our mini quiz next. Sanyang says, I'm not confused between 2 and 2. I'm confused only about 2 and 4. Oh, I like your little, is that little snail? It's really cute. I know, Sanyang, that's also a tricky one. We'll have to cover that in another live stream. All right, guys, so we're going to go on to, well, actually, this is the correct answer. The soup is too salty. That's right. So let's go to our mini quiz. I know you guys love a mini quiz. We don't have much time, but we're going to do a couple of examples. So let me know if you're ready for some questions, like a mini test, mini quiz. Sunny says, I'm crying. Oh, I thought it was 2 little snails. Okay. Looks like you're ready for the mini quiz. Yeah? Okay, let's go. All right, here we go. First question. I'd like you to tell me which answer you think is correct, A, B, or C, in the chat. We really get on with our new neighbours. So friendly. There, or there. Obviously, pronunciation is the same, but which one is it? A, B, or C? Okay, get your answers in the chat. If you think you know the answer, write it there. Okay, we've got some answers coming in. Wow, you guys are amazing. You've been listening really well. Well done. The answer is B. They're so friendly, meaning they are so friendly. And it looks like Sue was the first one to get it this time. Well done, Sue. Congratulations to you. Good answers, guys. You got them all right. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, let's do another one. Here we go. What is the correct answer here? These trousers are getting a bit tight. I think I need to some weight. Is it A, loose, or B, lose? A or B? What do you think in this case? This is a trick question. Okay, we've got some answers coming in. Wow, most of you have got it right. Oh, Beatrice retracted that message. Well done, guys. Yes, the answer is B. Fantastic. Lose. I need to lose some weight. Exactly. And it looks like the winner in this round was, I saw your name before. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, Ji-yoon. Ji-yoon. Well done, Ji-yoon, for getting it first. Well done. Brilliant. Brilliant. Amazing, guys. You're doing really well. Okay, well done to Ji-yoon. Clapping for you. Okay, final question of the mini quiz for today before we go. Question 3. Which is the correct answer? A or B? Your or your? Exactly the same pronunciation, different spelling. If you park car in the wrong place, you'll get a ticket. Which one do you think it is? Let me know in the chat. Well done, guys. You've been listening. You've really been listening. The answer is A. Very good. Well done to Chan. You got it first. Amazing. Very good. Very good. Your car, meaning the car belonging to you. So that's A. Very good. Very good. Well done, guys. Thank you so much for watching me today. It's been fun. I hope you learned something and you found it interesting. Remember to be here next week. I'll be here again with a different topic. Tell your friends. Get people to like this channel, subscribe to this channel, and I will see you very soon. Have a lovely week and take care. Bye-bye, guys.